Over 90% of this terrain is weaponized verticality, a jagged, high-altitude mountain fortress commanding immense geopolitical leverage over Central Asian trade corridors. Yet beneath the ancient Persian cultural heritage, a massive industrial machine churns. Colossal torrents of water roar through the spillways of some of the largest hydroelectric dam projects on Earth. But accessing this raw, alpine scale requires navigating a strict reality. Behind the snow-capped aesthetics lies an unforgiving architecture of military border permits, seasonal isolation, and hard logistical limits. This chart maps global remote destinations across two specific vectors. On the x-axis, we track infrastructure polish and comfort. On the y-axis, purchasing power arbitrage and adventure. Traditional nomad hubs like Bali or Lisbon cluster in the bottom right, offering maximum polish but heavily compressed financial leverage and minimal true adventure. Tajikistan stakes its claim on the exact opposite end of the spectrum. It isolates itself in the extreme top left corner, yielding maximum economic arbitrage and raw geography, but stripping away nearly all soft comforts. We are stripping away the stylized travel hype to calculate the true structural, legal, and environmental friction of operating deep within Central Asia. Welcome to the 169th reality. You face a blunt trade-off. To capture absolute financial leverage here, you must submit entirely to its geographical rules and strict bureaucratic controls. In 2026, the digitized Central Asian border network grants citizens of over 80 nations streamlined access via a standard e-visa, valid for 60-day stays. As this flowchart details, the baseline visa is only the first step. If your route includes the famous high-altitude Pamir highway, the system bottlenecks at the critical Pamir protocol. You must legally secure a specialized GBAO permit. This is not a casual administrative suggestion. Heavily armed military checkpoints along the Afghan and Kyrgyz frontiers rigidly verify this paperwork. Your movement halts immediately. Furthermore, any legal presence inside the country exceeding 10 days triggers a mandatory check-in with the OVIR local migration police. Yet this rigid external perimeter yields an exceptional internal environment. Across metropolitan grids like Dushanbe, public safety ratings track exceptionally high. Targeted muggings and gang syndicate activities are practically non-existent. Solo creators routinely navigate the brightly lit central parks late at night with absolute peace of mind. The heavy friction at the border directly subsidizes a highly controlled, incredibly secure internal operational zone. Because local agricultural lines and services operate on deeply compressed baselines, incoming professionals carrying US dollars or euros capture massive structural cost leverage. Inside regional hubs like the sprawling Dushanbe Bazaar, 33 to 65 Somoni, roughly 3 to 6 US dollars, secures an absolute feast of traditional local meats. A standard functional flat in secondary cities like Kujand prices at roughly $200 a month. Scaling up to the secure, modernized corporate avenues of Dushanbe peaks at around $800 for premium renovations. However, this low cost of living reflects the domestic wage ceiling. National average net salaries hover between $180 to $280 a month, offering zero utility for foreign workers. The true wealth drivers of the domestic economy operate on a massive industrial scale, aggressively dominated by the talco aluminum smelting monopolies. This heavy industrial footprint is backed by commercial cotton exports, supported by a vast, manually intensive agricultural labor baseline. Your revenue strategy must be entirely external. Remote builders rely on localized satellite arrays or stable fiber loops to pull hard currency from global clients. The math is clear. The financial leverage is incredible, but only if you extract your wealth globally. The local economy is a mathematical dead end. Beyond the economy, the severe continental climate dictates exact operational timelines. The extreme elevation forces radical temperature swings that penalize poor scheduling. Between December and February, mountain indices drop below -30 degrees Celsius. Brutal conditions rapidly lock vital alpine passes with heavy snow and severe mudslides. The absolute prime window to live, travel, or film safely narrows to a strict 4-month block, June to September. During summer, the deep turquoise waters of alpine lakes like Iskanderkal fully thaw, and the high-altitude trails of the Pamir Highway become firm and accessible. Nature, not the military, is the ultimate gatekeeper of Tajikistan. Attempting to operate outside this narrow summer window immediately shifts your experience from a calculated adventure to a dangerous survival scenario. The high-altitude climate endurance extends directly to the plate. The dietary baseline here is powerfully hearty, profoundly meat-heavy, and packed with slow-cooked carbohydrates. The undisputed national culinary icon is Plov. Fragrant long-grain rice, tender chunks of mutton, and shredded yellow carrots, slow-cooked inside massive cast-iron kazan cauldrons. These meals are universally shared inside traditional chaikhanas. These classical tea houses are the centers of deep, Persian-rooted hospitality, defined by an immense respect for guests. But this tradition enforces a rigid boundary. Strict vegans or those with highly restrictive diets will find local ingredient sourcing structurally difficult and socially isolating. The lifestyle is highly hospitable and incredibly cheap, provided you assimilate to their culinary baseline, rather than expecting it to customize to yours. Looking at this scenario match scorecard, we measure 3 distinct traveler profiles against the logistical, financial, and environmental realities we've just covered. The comfort tourist fails completely. The extreme weather swings, complex permit gates, and heavy dietary restrictions immediately break this profile. The alpine adventurer achieves high success, with one major caveat. Operations must be strictly locked to the June to September window, and all military checkpoint paperwork must be immaculate. The remote arbitrator captures the maximum possible yield. By securing stable fiber connections and importing offshore capital, they leverage the compressed local costs for massive savings. The verdict is absolute. Tajikistan heavily penalizes spontaneity, but it vastly rewards calculated, precise preparation. It remains a monumental geographic wonder, a place where ancient mountain passes sit in the shadow of massive hydroengineering projects like the record-breaking Rogun Dam. So, would you baseline your next remote creative workspace inside this Central Asian mountain fortress? Let us know in the comments below. Next stop on the grid, Tanzania. We map the epic Serengeti wild-life migrations, active volcanic rifts, and deep turquoise Indian Ocean shores of East Africa. Subscribe to stay real.